So after taking it all off, this is what I found. This is the bottom side. It has gasket failure. You can't see. There's almost no gasket right there, and this is just gone, disintegrated. So that's what happens with antifreeze. If antifreeze gets a hold of any plastics and whatnot, it eats it away. All right, so I'm gonna replace that thermostat. As you can see, it's right, well, let's see there. It's right there. That's the thermostat. So, the rest of the stuff, I gotta clean the surface on this, put some new gasket maker back on here, slap it back together, and call it good. Fingers crossed. I dropped my bolt down there somewhere. I gotta find it. Unbelievable. All right, back to the time lapse. Well, actually, hold on. Just go ahead. This is a thermostat. That is not what I wanted to happen, but that's the thermostat. There's no way I can catch all that. That's not cool. All right, old one, new one. They both open at 203 degrees, which is stock for these trucks. Stick this bad boy back in here. And just like that, I got the hose swapped out. I got the new thermostat installed. The only thing that I need left to do is to clean up my work area. I need to fire up the truck because I lost a lot of the coolant that was inside the engine, or at least that was in the water pump spigot right behind the thermostat. But a lot of this column of fluid is gone. So I had to replace it with new antifreeze, which I do have here. So let's go ahead and fill that up, run the truck, and see if I still have a leak. All right, now that I've got everything all kind of buttoned up, you know, and kind of cleaned up, sort of. Oh, the next thing is I got to get the engine up to temp, and I need to get that thermostat to open up and allow whatever air pocket is still inside here to flow through and burp the system. That's what you gotta do, is you need to get yourself a solid column of antifreeze or coolant in the engine. These leaks are freaking everywhere. My God. But anyway, I'm gonna run the engine, get it up to temp, and then we'll go from there. Alright, just started the engine. That steam that you see, that's the antifreeze. And that sucker fell underneath the truck. Seriously? Come here. Yeah. Alright, so like I said, I gotta get the engine up to temp. The steam that you see is all that antifreeze that was on the exhaust manifold. I'm not seeing. Let me see if I can show you. See where I was able to see it before. Right That's where it was leaking before. We're going to take a really close look at that here in a little bit. But as it looks, man, does not look like I got any leakage whatsoever, so that's good. What I'm after is this right here. See how, whoa, zoom out some. See the fluid level? All right, I topped off the reservoir itself, okay? This is gonna spill out a little bit, but it's only gonna be like that for a little bit. You see the little air bubbles coming out? That's what we call burping the system. You wanna have a solid column of fluid in the system itself. You don't wanna have any air bubbles. Oh, see, there we go. So I'm gonna keep doing that. Whenever that thermostat, when it opens up, it's gonna rush whatever fluid is in the engine through the top of the radiator over here, and it's gonna pull down the rest of the fluid down at the bottom. It's gonna suck it out the bottom, and all of this, the level's gonna drop, and it's gonna look like it's empty up here. But right now the thermostat's closed, so all the bubbles that you're seeing is what was left in the radiator itself. So I'm gonna put the cap on this. I'm gonna hold on to the hose. It's okay to do that. You know, hang on to it up here, and you'll feel whenever that thermostat opens up, you'll feel the pipes suddenly get warm. I mean, really, really quick it gets warm. But it's not gonna be warm anytime soon, because these Dodges, they take forever to warm up. It's annoying. But anyway, I'll be right back as soon as that opens up, or whenever the thermostat's ready to open up. I'll feel for it to warm up here, and then we'll probably watch that burp and do its thing. Oh, woo! That's what happens when I squeeze it. I'm just squeezing it. I'm getting the rest of that air bubble out. All right. A little piece of advice: whenever you go to do this, okay, you can see it's about to open up. Whenever this needle gets just past halfway, that thermostat's gonna open up. But when you go to do this, you wanna make sure that you have your heater set to high, maximum on everything, so that it actually allows the antifreeze to go through your heater core inside your dashboard. Don't forget that. All right, hold on a minute. Let me get it to where the thermostat opens up. This is still cold, but I can feel when that thermostat opens up. I'll let you know. You know what? I can show you. Hold on. I can show you when that thermostat's gonna open up. Haha. Okay. I know it's about to open. So 82, right? 78. There it goes. That's what happens when your thermostat opens up. That's good. Safe way to fill this thing is to fill that reservoir so it pulls it down so you don't have to open up the radiator. It's gonna hover right about that temperature. Actually, it'll get a little bit hotter, but that's about it. So, pretty cool, huh? And let's check that reservoir. I bet you that reservoir is low. Nah, it's still full. Huh. Interesting. Let's see the temperature of the truck. And yeah, it cooled right back down like it's supposed to. That's good. Alright, so what needs to happen is I gotta pop this cap off here, and when I do, I need to fill up the rest of this radiator with antifreeze. But what really should happen is the fluid from this reservoir should actually get pulled down and fill into here. It's supposed to. It really should. Because I know there's a column of liquid, or at least there's air in there. I know there is. But anyway, let me go ahead and check it real quick off camera so I don't drop the phone if it gets too hot. Okay, so I took it off, and that fluid level was much higher. It was up here, but now you can see down inside there's an air gap. So that air bubble there is what was in the engine is now in the radiator. The radiator is not completely full, but you can see it all flowing around in there. So I'm going to take some more antifreeze. I'm going to keep filling this up and burping the system, making sure all the air bubbles are out, and then make sure it stays cool, which it looks like it's doing, and call it a day. That's cool. If you look close, you can see how the antifreeze flows between the fins. Now, as air is passing through these fins, air passes through those channels, and it cools down the antifreeze as it passes through, which sends cool antifreeze back into the engine, keeping the engine block nice and cool and not overheating. How cool is that? But anyway, I'm gonna fill up the rest of this radiator, and that is really cool. That's awesome. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be a wrap for this evening's video. Hopefully you guys like the content of it. I did burp the system. The truck seems to be running good, staying cool. I got no leaks that I can detect so far. I will find out later if there is one. I doubt there is, though. But yeah, we're good to go. All I need to do is an oil change next, and I'm set for a while. But if you guys happen to like the content of this video, please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. And until next time, on the next video, I love you guys. Y'all take it easy. Good night. This morning time I boost up 'cause I knew it was gonna